Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. So it's a fat electrician video I haven't done, and I was like, oh, hey, shotguns. I've shot one of them once. It's kind of funny. I shot one when I was in the Navy. I was in the Seabees, so I wasn't on fleet side. I was mostly green, pretty much all green. So. Yeah, I shot one of these once. I'm gonna like it. I shot one of these once when I was home ported in Port Hueneme, but we're not issued them, so I don't know why we were shooting them. I guess if you find one and you want to shoot it, I guess. I don't know. It's stupid to me. Anyway, let's go.
Shotgun of all time and the pride and joy of the Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, the Benelli M4.
You're a Benelli.
If you don't know, the American military has been in love with shotguns dating back to World War I, when America is credited with developing the world's first combat shotgun. That being the Winchester Model 1897, a.k.a. the Trench Sweeper, or as I like to call it, the War.
Yeah, I think somebody in the comments was mentioning this in one of my older videos, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't think I did the shotgun one. So.
Crime stick. Utilizing a large bayonet and a technique known as slam firing, it was found so devastatingly effective in the trenches of World War I that the Germans tried to have it declared a war crime, which is saying an awful lot considering they were using mustard gas at the time. Thankfully, however, Geneva and her conventions would declare shotguns fair game and the grunts would continue to love them forever. Fast forward to May 4th, 1998, the U.S. military wanted an even faster shotgun. They wanted a semi-automatic shotgun that was just as, if not more reliable than a pump-action shotgun. If you don't know much about shotguns, semi-automatic shotguns, especially at this point in time, were notorious for jamming constantly, being plagued by multiple malfunctions, as well as being very finicky as to which type of ammunition they would accept. To address these shortcomings, Uncle Sam would go to some of the greatest shotgun makers of all time, an Italian company known as Benelli.
May I suggest the Benelli M4?
I never saw any of the John Wick movies.
An Italian classic.
Side note, am I upset it's not an American company? A little bit, but at the end of the day, you gotta give it up to the Italians, because when it comes to semi-automatic shotguns and carbohydrates, those guys just know what the fuck they're doing. Because in only a matter of months, Benelli was able to come up with a new gas operating system that was able to fix all these problems. It's known as the Argo system, and when disassembled, it's only 4 parts, making it extremely easy for the military to maintain. It's also self-cleaning and self-regulating. Self-regulating meaning that it's capable of firing a wide array of different types of shotgun ammunition without needing to make any physical adjustments to the gun, which is almost unheard of for a semi-automatic gas-operated shotgun at the time. You know, like that piece of shit, that gas-operated Russian-made shotgun, the Sega 12, or pretty much any shotgun built on the AR or AK platform for that matter. Probably a controversial opinion, but any shotgun that's semi-automatic and accepts a magazine, you might as well bring a loaf of bread and some peanut butter because you're gonna have a fuck ton of jam. Yeah. The Benelli, on the other hand, would prove to be ultra-reliable in military testing, almost never malfunctioning, and being capable of being fired up to 25,000 times without needing to replace any of its parts. So you have the most technologically advanced semi-automatic shotgun on the planet. What do you do with it? You give it to the Marine Corps. What could go wrong? This is also like the only time in Marine Corps history they've got.
I'm guessing they messed around with it a bit, seeing what it can do. Made it more efficient, maybe? I don't know.
Gotten a new toy before the Army. And let me tell you, they made the most of it, because they immediately figured out how to shove more ammunition into it than the manufacturer ever intended. You see, the Benelli M4 is 7+1, meaning it holds 7 rounds in the magazine tube and another inside the chamber. The Marine Corps, being full of, well, Marines, pretty much immediately figured out that you could store an additional shell inside the carrier. This is a technique commonly referred to as ghost loading, but the Marine Corps shotgun manual refers to it as carrier loading, essentially giving the Marines a shotgun that was 7+1 +1. I'm trying to tell you the Marine Corps now had a shotgun that could take out both hinges on a door and still have 7 rounds of double-aught buckshot to make anything behind that door past tense. This goes beyond home defense. This is home offense. Buh! I knew you'd bring up stupid FUD lore about shotguns being good in close quarters. They're absolutely not. They're garbage. Buh! Don't get me wrong, I'm willing to meet halfway in this argument. The best gun in a gun
I feel like shotguns are the best in close quarters and small areas. I don't know what the hell that guy was talking about.
fight is probably the one that you're most proficient with. However, to say that shotguns aren't good in close quarter combat is absolutely ridiculous. But I'm not a weapons expert, so let's not listen to my opinion. We can just look at the historical precedent. In 2007, the British SAS saw how incredible the Benelli M4 was when the Marines were using it. If you don't know, the British SAS is one of the most gangster special forces unit on the face of the planet, and that's coming from me of all people. So to impress them is kind of a big deal. They issued an emergency request to get some Benelli M4s of their own. After receiving them, they made it their new standard operating procedure for their point man to carry one. And now I'll read you an account of how well it performed for them when they raided a house that was building suicide vests. Quote, one of the breach team members opened fire with a shotgun and shot 3 dead before they could get a shot off. Another 2 terrorists appeared from a building and he neutralized them as well. It was a case of bang, 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 and then bang, bang. It was over in 7 seconds.
Nice.
Several other terrorists emerged from the building, but immediately surrendered and began panicking as 2 of the bodies didn't have heads. They thought they were about to be executed. Like I said, not an expert, but 5 shots fired, 5 dead bodies, and only 3 heads sounds pretty effective to me. It also brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, I got your nose. As much as I would love to read you an account like that from the Marine Corps, not...
That's kind of a stretch. I don't know if I like that dad joke. It's, could be better.
Many of them exist, and that is because the higher-ups in the U.S. military at some point decided that shotguns should only be used on doors and not people. So if and when they were used in close-quarters combat, nobody really reported on it. However, I've asked an awful lot of Marines, and their sentiment is almost always the same. They absolutely love the Benelli M4, and to quote one of them, yeah, we were only supposed to use them on doors, but you'd be surprised how many doors over there had beards and were wearing sandals.
There you go.
In conclusion, the Benelli M4 is the greatest combat shotgun of all time. If you disagree, feel free to let me know in the comments section down below. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch at thefatoelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Found about shotguns. They're kind of cool. Blowing off hinges. Hinges. Blowing them off. I don't know how to rhyme hinge. All right. I guess fringe. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Some shotguns for you. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below. Makes me feel real good inside and helps out the channel. And if you have any recommendations, any kind of videos you want me to check out, put it in the comments and I will get to it eventually. So, yeah, thank you very much and bye.